2016 looks so good. Recently, I made a video about my top games of 2015, and if I'm honest with you, I struggled a little bit. It wasn't, in my opinion, an absolutely great year for gaming. It was a decent year, sure, and since making the video I've put about 50 hours into Xenoblade Chronicles X, as well as making some progress in Rise of the Tomb Raider. They would definitely be top of my games of the year from what I've seen so far actually. But wow, 2016 overall will blast 2015 way out of the water. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into my most anticipated games of 2016. And please do comment down below what yours are, I would really love to hear. At number 5 is Rare's new project called Sea of Thieves, which is a bit of a strange choice if I'm honest. This is actually one that has been added for multiple reasons really. The first is that this list is really heavy with one specific kind of genre of games, to which this game doesn't even fall into, and I didn't want you all to be annoyed at me when I only chose one type of game for every single choice in the top 5, but beyond that, there is actually a lot of promise in this game. I actually really think that this game could be quite brilliant. To me at least, it also poses as a chance for Rare to be significant again. Maybe not to the level they once were, but possibly at least to the point where they seem not as formally a great developer that we should be mourning. The reason this came 5th though, rather than coming any higher in the list, is because there were multiple different games that appealed to me coming up this year, and it could be a huge flop for all we know, because at this point we don't really know much about the game, but from what we've seen, I quite like it, and it's pirates. Pirates are cool. Coming in at number 4 is Final Fantasy 15. What can I possibly say about this game beyond it looks awesome? Well, I guess here's an attempt. I really quite loved what I played of Episode Duscae. I really like the simple but fun combat system this game is utilising, and every trailer we have seen so far has been brilliant. I am waiting for this game with huge anticipation as I love massive JRPGs. Also, I think it's really cool you can be driving an awesome car just a few meters away from a huge beast. I love the mix of intensely fantasy elements with vast realism. It's a nice touch. My third most anticipated game of this year is another Square game. This time, World of Final Fantasy. This is a game that really hasn't been spoke about that much, but it really excited me when it was announced. It looks like a bright, fun Final Fantasy game which has an amazing art style, and I adore the character designs when they're in their regular form, even if I'm lukewarm on the chibi models. I have to say, while everyone else was disappointed that this wasn't the leaked Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer, and we had to wait a little bit longer for that reveal, I was delighted at what we saw. This game may well look like my first Final Fantasy, but by what I've heard so far, it's far from it, as this game means to harken back to the origins of the series, which Bravely Default has shown is something pretty cool. Also, I really love Pokemon, and with the monster catching mechanic in this game, it's pretty Pokemon-like, but looks like more of my type of RPG, which is why I can't help but be excited for this game. I will definitely be picking this one up on the Vita. Number 2 on this list is one I really can't wait for. I've been so excited for this since its full reveal, extremely excited. I'm talking of the game currently without a name, but to give you an idea of what it's called, Gene Ibunroku Sharp FE is its name in Japan, and it was once known as SMT Cross FE over here. While I know that many people were disappointed of the direction that this game is taking, as it isn't much like a Fire Emblem game, though it has quite a few features from the series from what has been shown so far, I think that it has many similarities to the Shin Megami Tensei series. Plus, some people say it looks too much like Persona, but there's a reason Persona is more popular than even mainline SMT, and I can't wait to start Persona 4 Golden soon. I know right now it's not looking positive sales wise in Japan, but I'm really hoping for this to be successful over time, as I really could see this being Nintendo's Persona. Before I move on to what took my top spot on the list, I want to make some honourable mentions because there were a lot of games that for one reason or another missed out on a place on this list. First, there are the games which would have possibly made the list if I had owned a PS4, but they didn't make it obviously as I can't play them and they're exclusive. These games are Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, Star Ocean, and the new Nier game being developed by Platinum Games. On top of that, there are some games that I'm really excited for, but I doubt will actually end up being released this year, and thus obviously couldn't make the list. These are Yooka-Laylee, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Crackdown 3. Finally, I would like to mention Shantae Half Genie Hero, the Dragon Quest VIII remake, Star Fox Zero, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Project Setsuna as being games that I do believe will stick to their 2016 release dates, but just didn't quite make it into the top 5 list despite my excitement for them. Anyway, with that cheeky little way of getting most of the games I'm definitely getting this year done with, let's move on to number 1. Have you guessed it yet? It's The Legend of Zelda for Wii U, and most likely for the NX at this point if Nintendo have any business sense. This game, wow, it really is beautiful, and I, like every other Nintendo fan around the world, wants to see more of it. We don't even have a name for it yet, that seems so crazy to me. This game looks so awesome, even though Gene Bunroku's Sharp FE honestly pushed it a bit for my first place. It would have felt wrong to put anything else other than Zelda Wii U here. Firstly, that art style is my favourite yet. It's a breathtaking look which to me seems like a Wind Waker all grown up kind of look, which I really like because Wind Waker had a beautiful art style and Wind Waker HD is the best looking released Zelda game at this time. On top of that, there have been subtle hints that this game could well embrace a few more RPG elements, which obviously I would love. Granted, I wouldn't want Nintendo to turn Zelda into a full RPG, that wouldn't feel right. I feel that those elements could freshen up the Zelda formula though, especially since it seems to have a vast open world. Basically, if there's one thing that you should take from this list, it's that I love RPGs and I love Zelda. That'll almost be the end of this video guys, I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please don't be afraid to give this video a like, sub if you're new to the channel, and tell me what your most anticipated games of 2016 are. Also, if you're feeling extra charitable today, why not pledge to my Patreon to help me create these videos and get early access as well as choosing some of the future videos that will be on the channel. There's a link down below. Thank you all and bye bye.